All right, so oh boy, better hold on to that. I've been having some good conversations with some people, not just up in Ohio and here in Florida and stuff, but just men mostly, talking about. Well, this gives you a chance to see the wind too. It's kind of picking up. We might be above like 5 miles an hour. Today's what, the 28th of September, 2022. Women, my favorite conversation. Well, obviously my daughters, Haven and Ruby, beyond set the standard. They are, well, the way they were raised in such security and I know I'm thinking the word protection, but it's just, yeah, just overall security, to be secure in themselves. Wow. This America thing is just a complete and total mess. It's kind of drizzling. It might be hitting me a little bit. I don't think I'm okay on film. With my eyesight still, I think the keyboard's alright. So, looking back, I mean, I saw this back in 2004. I talked about it. I met an amazing woman. I campaigned with her. It was like, yeah, I was working at U.S. Bank at the time. But even she was like still going along with the whole like get revenge against man kind of thing. I cannot deny the fact that there's not one American woman who's like, wow. I mean, I gave it, two exceptions. But again, that's just completely unfair because they're my daughters, right? They're the best. Sons aren't going to do anything wrong, My daughters, they're the best, right? I as much as I want to think that I can love people into honesty and integrity, dignity. The mother's complete and total disaster. I don't know what happened there, and it's one of those things I've had to let go and just say, you know what, I can't keep taking responsibility for everybody else. But the reality is, oh, we got some wind blowing water at me. Okay, there it goes away now. Hurricane. Ooh, scary. People are this, and that's another thing too. The whole women in America thing. I've been with women in different countries, not in different countries, but well, from different countries. And they're not all about the whole edging thing. This is all just edging. These American women are just, I mean, in 2004 I saw it, I said, these American women are just total, I mean, Eastern European, I always said it. I didn't really meet many Asian women except for like a case, kind of at Cleveland State University. I met some occasionally, I know, but cases in Cleveland, Ohio. It's a very well-known, renowned school for smarts, doctors. Yeah, really published attorneys. So the thing about I saw it back then. They were just kind of like classless, okay. But today, I would say from the past more than 10 years now, being 2022, you might see this, 2030 or whatever. But what we're seeing is they're aggressive these days, and I think it's because of the foods that they're eating. It's the hormones in the chickens, and of course the hormones from the birth control pills and all the various vaccinations and pills these women are doing. But that's not our issue. But this overall dignity, integrity is a complete and total unmitigated disaster amongst these American women. But when you see, you'll see the difference though when you see, organic women from, New Zealand's even a mess. I mean, you're dealing with not even 1% of these women are slightest bit, dignified in this country. At least in like New Zealand, for example, you'll have at least probably 60%. It's a high number, Obviously, the Mideast women, my concern is, well, they're beat down so much. There's so much submission. Like, you want to look at that and say, like, oh, that's a bad thing. But maybe that's what's helping. I mean, Plato said what he said, and Socrates. These guys had their takes on things. One guy said women can't get to heaven unless they first become a man. Weird shit. I mean, these ancient philosophers. But I can't emphasize enough. If a woman wants to be the slightest bit sexy, what really turns me on about a woman? Kindness, innocence, gentleness. You're just not going to see that in this country anymore. And it's like, I've put my standards thinking that, and expectations that my standards are going to be met. And if you want to be sexy, kindness, gentleness, fragility, that is sexy. Instead, these women just come out swinging in this country, y'all. I mean, it's just weird. And I get it. I should probably link that great video by Teal Swan, who talks about what every woman should know about men. I get it. I get it, okay? Men were beyond oppressive back in the day, okay? Where women couldn't vote until 1920. It's weird, right? They didn't have any constitutional right. They were considered property of men. But the reality, though, is this. The woman took on the role, women, as women, but under slavery, white women would, like, think they can go ahead and raise other children in a I don't know, community or society as a whole, culture, whatever the situation was, 1700s, 1800s. Another video I should probably go ahead and tag in this video, like, add the link. But yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding you. What really gets me going with women, man, I mean, being demisexual, maybe that's a thing. But demi meaning of emotions. I go to the strip club, a woman starts rubbing her stuff on me and everything, and up on me. Just wondering why, I don't know, other guys, maybe they do, I don't know. But like, this ain't doing anything for you? No. I go to meet a girl on Tinder, and it's like, let me know something about you, okay? Well, we had some pretty good rain yesterday, and it was, you can probably hear the gutter. Off and on rain today, probably an inch an hour or so. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the grass. We had certain spots of the grass were just huge puddles, and of course this patio was completely covered in water. But yeah, we got some pretty good winds that are picking up. I'm not sure if we can see that. It's very, very light. Ian's coming, baby. But yeah, I mean, I've met so many women from different countries. Russia, what's up? Yeah, obviously, Belarus and Ukraine, Poland, Finland. When it comes to sexual pleasure, they get right to it. Most of these American girls, they'll like stop it and then they'll kind of play around a little bit for themselves. Like they don't even care to like finish it off. I'm not kidding you. The thing is, it's like I've talked to other people about this, and it's like that's just kind of how they are. They don't care about the man. And there's videos. I just saw a video on, was it Facebook or was it? It might have been YouTube, whereby they were talking about, they had like the headsets on because it was like at a radio station kind of thing, whereby they're talking about like when you're not in a relationship, but just like an one-night stand kind of thing with a guy. Should you go down on the guy after he's gone down on you? And one woman, they'd finish it off. Well, in this society, it's okay just to receive. Well, that's fine and dandy, but it's like, the biggest thing is that people are lacking. See, I'm into bromance. Like, I mean, you can't mistake it for me for like potentially gay, but I mean, yeah, I love my relationships with men. And I'll get more like personally, emotional with men than most men because I'm not insecure like most fucks. But that's a big thing in America. Like they don't even. It's not just with women though. It's with men. They just want to they don't want to get emotional. One woman, she said to me, "Yeah, you seem like more of a European man." I get. Well, yeah. Reality is, UK men and French is completely changed in the past 20 years. They got so many more Muslims moving into the country. Germany, yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Obviously, you got, you know, again, Norway, Finland, Sweden, Switzerland. Men are, well, these are all tall guys too, you know. I'm like 5'6", 5'5", not even 130 pounds. And that's not like average for American. I'm shorter than most men, but especially like Greece, yeah, they're very like personally intimate. And the whole kissing thing is too. It's nice, you know. I mean, male or female, just they kiss on the cheeks. Is how it is. Both sides, and that's a big thing in the Middle East too. And not just women, but I mean the men are just more. They care about being dignified. I'm thinking about Chinese, yeah, Japanese. They just want to play and have fun. They're real, man. They're not trying to hide and be somebody else. Let's get that side of the building out of there. What you're seeing at least now is the pool house, you know. There's a men's and women's bathroom in there. Anyway, yeah, if a woman really wants to turn on a man in America, you just don't see this kind of stuff. Actual getting into your emotions and feelings. What's up? Cuddling and holding hands, kissing, lots of kissing. I mean, the porn videos are they're just going at it and pounding at it. Like, what the fuck? I'm looking around right now. I'm thinking about it. Like, these American women. That's the cool thing about the illegal criminal aliens. They're still in the mentality that you respect all people, not just live in such a way that you're pissed off at, what these white men, I get it, did to you. And then, of course, blacks, they're trying to, like, mix in. But these girls are hot. They know what's up with regard to sexy. And I've noticed blacks are more blunt. Probably because they're more honest than fucking white people. Obviously. White people is just fraud. Just immediately remember fraud, okay? When you see white, especially white men. But now the women, if you see it in society, and I think they've kind of like just accepted it with the media and the movies and the sitcoms and the, what do you call that thing, the soap operas and all that stuff. It's like they're getting down on one knee and bowing down, making the proposal. I mean, shouldn't you already like be ready for this? And the man's going to provide. And then that's the whole Christianity thing too, Western Christianity. The man provides. What do they provide? They provide dollars. No, they don't provide, emotional support, the tender love, touch, gentleness. Vulnerability is sexy. I'm looking at my wrinkles on my forehead to make sure that this left side over here is coming back, because I remember I was completely numb on this left side of my face starting the 14th of July for a few weeks. But yeah, we're mostly back. I'd say about 100%. I guess we can see in certain spots it's kind of might pop back up here. Minor. I got MS. If you're in LHON, you can look them up. 11778. Anyway, yeah, the doctor saw it was an exacerbation of multiple sclerosis. This whole victim mentality thing. People love the idea. Oh, they love the COVID thing. Like you're not fashionable and cool and popular if you didn't get COVID. Like I look at that like if you got that, like what's wrong with you? Like how the hell are you so dirty? We have got 3 out of 4 people in this country currently have or have had an STD. Yet they've got more protection, that they call it, in this country, and they do less sex than anywhere else in the world. How the hell do you get sick? How the hell are you getting STD? Maybe they're testing more, Jason. Maybe they are. I doubt it. But when you look at Europe, they're testing quite commonly. This is drugs is the problem in this country. Turn me on too. Don't do drugs. How about that? That'll get me hard. Yeah, cow's milk cheese, turn off. Sugar, turn off. Caffeine, turn off. That's a drug, y'all. Gluten is a drug. It's a narcotic. Gluten. What? I'm still borderline looking into it if I'm gonna be off of gluten or not. The reality is that I haven't been doing that much anyway. I mean, I might say that much. It's like I might be like 3-4 days. I'm doing it in moderation. Look at my self-deception. We're running like way long, like 10 more minutes. I thought I was gonna be on this thing. But yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you turn on a man in the United States of America, because it's very rare that we find a woman who's into integrity and dignity, honesty, calmness, quietness. I mean, it's amazing how women spaz out and they walk around so hard on their feet. There's a bug in my head. I felt it. So we've already had, I'd say, 80% of the outer bands come through. Now it's starting to pick up on my head, getting me wet. I think the tablet's far enough under the balcony that it's not getting wet. Look at the keyboard, looks dry still, but it's my eyesight, doesn't really help out that much to be able to look at it. Look at my hair to see how I can maybe cut it some more. I don't know, it's fine for a while. Maybe 2-3 weeks. This is fun. I mean, it is this overrated. This hype on this thing is just way too much. But it did get my legs, turn my legs off pretty good. Obviously my eyesight is much weaker now. When the pressure drops the way it does, it's really weird. But yeah, we had quite a few hard spouts of rain, and then now we got it. You know, it was like for 2 hours we had no rain at all this morning. But we had, I'd say, about 40% of the whole hurricane come through already. But again, it was all outer band stuff. And I posted it up on my Facebook, you know, the radar and all that. This thing, if they're calling it a category 4 or 5 or whatever, I mean, come on, people. Again, that's the thing. They love the hype. They like to build up to it and not actually finish off it. And they're not going to finish off with this thing. Yes, go down to the strip club, Tootsie's in Miami Gardens. What's up? These women, probably illegal. Although it was a publicly traded company, well, they're independent contractors. So anyway, yeah, you got a lot of Venezuelan women, DR, Jamaica, Haiti. Not really, no Haitian women, but that'd be hot. I love those black girls. Yeah, you might have some Russian women, obviously. Colombia. I don't know about the Bahamas. And I met a woman that was from Dubai. Hey, these women, they know what's up. Oh shit, something just broke back there. Nobody's playing golf today, that's for sure. But these women they know what's up. They don't wear too much perfume. It's a mental mess in this country, y'all. All right, we're going it's just going on long anyway. I don't know what to say. I mean, I've said it in so many other videos, but I just had a lot of conversation with some fellas. But in the hood, though, they know what's up. I gotta talk to these guys and really get their take on it, though. Blacks. They got great discernment. And then, of course, Latinos, that, you know, the men, they're so, like, ingrained, though, that family, they think they're doing it right, and they find a way to just make peace, but they're not getting the best out of their love. And I'm really generalizing with these different cultures and races. There's not just one race, y'all. No, they're human race. Yeah, we all bleed red, but there's different races, and people think these races because they want to get you to conform to their world.